Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Just Plain Living. I'm John Gray.
And I'm Jim Fuller. It's amazing to me, and it always sort of gets highlighted every week, how in the world this show ever gets on the air.
Who knows?
I mean, you know.
We've been doing this for 20 years, and we still don't know.
We still don't know
How it gets on
exactly.
the air.
Yeah, exactly.
And gets to all you folks out there. We appreciate each and every one of you being out there watching us today.
Yeah, and the lineup for this show has changed at least 3 times. I've only been here about 20 minutes this morning, you know, about how we're going to do this. And, you know, it's amazing.
Yeah, and we're just tickled to death that we have so many people who want to be involved with what
Exactly,
we do.
exactly.
And so, too many guests is not a problem.
Yeah. And
No guest is a problem.
No
Could you
guest is a
imagine
problem.
An hour and a half of this.
Yeah.
Useless what?
Useless dribble. That's what John and I are in charge of. You know, we really don't have anything to say. This is called the useless dribble section.
That's it.
That's the way we
Yeah.
characterize it here in the studio. You know,
We were told that's what it was.
We were told that was what it was one time. And we bring the story back every now and then, but John and I were doing a air show live here in Tullahoma, actually.
Right. The 50th anniversary of Arnold Center.
Yeah, well, and I confess that John and I, either one, were experts on aircraft, you know, but that's all we had. We were all we had at that point. And somebody was watching at home and said, "You need to get these 2 clowns off the set and show us some airplanes. All they're doing is carrying on this useless dribble stuff, you know." So
And here we go again.
Yeah, that's right.
Here we go again. Shoot, there's all kinds of stuff going on in this area around here, Jim, is loaded with things happening.
Yes, it is.
South Jackson Civic Center right now, this weekend has the Sunny Acres Haunted Asylum. That'll be Friday and Saturday night this week. I know in Shelbyville, there's the Haunted Woods. Every town has some kind of haunted something, where there's trunk or treat going on. I hadn't figured that out yet. Have you?
No, but we're going to find out about it today, I think.
I think it's something about you go out to the haunted woods and look around a tree trunk and see if you can find a tree.
I don't think that's it.
You don't think that's it?
I don't think that's it, no.
That's not it?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll find out,
It
though,
could
won't
be.
we?
It could be, because I actually don't know, but I doubt it, very seriously.
You know, you know Dwight Amos? You know
Yes,
Dwight Amos,
I do.
don't you?
I do.
Talking about trunk or treat, Dwight Amos has, at his house, has what he calls in his barn and shop behind his house, the Mustang Lounge.
Yeah.
And Dwight used to come to the Legion with us when we were running that show out there. And good friend, good fun. And he has a lot of the things that when the Legion closed down, he took some of the stuff out of the bar and used it out there in his Mustang Lounge. Well, he ended up with my Mustang somehow, and he cut the trunk off of it. And he has the trunk hung on the wall like the cars run through the wall. And the trunk is there. And you open it up, and he's lined it and made a cooler out of it and keeps it full of beer. That's trunk or treat. No?
Maybe so. I like that concept.
Depends on how old you are.
I like that concept, yeah.
Depends on how old you are. Trunk or treat.
And it's a cooler.
It's a cooler, yeah. It's really a pretty cool idea, seeing how it's a cooler.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so.
Football. What about football?
Football has been happening. Pressure is on Dooley, I think, in Knoxville now. A lot of the fans have been a little bit down this week with it.
Quite a bit down.
You know, but in his defense, and you probably saw this statistic too, of course, Tennessee is now, what, 3-4, I believe, on the season. But what the last 3 opponents he has played are like 27-1.
Yeah.
There's one loss amongst all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Plus, Kiffin gutted that program before he left. Left it bleeding all over East Tennessee.
Yeah, exactly.
Left a trail to California.
I thought the rule of
blood.
thumb was, though, that you give a coach 4 years, so at least he gets his first recruits to be seniors
They're not
before
gonna do
you.
that.
You don't think that's going to happen?
I don't think that will
Yeah.
happen. I hope it would. I hope it would, because I think he's a nice man.
He really is. I think so as
And he's
well.
probably a decent coach. Well, I'd like to see them get rid of the athletic director up there and make him AD.
Kiffin,
yeah.
yeah.
No, Dooley.
Dooley, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep him in the program. He's a great guy. He's a great guy for the program. He's a good man. Might find a more high-spirited football coach, but he'd make a great AD up there because obviously that guy they got up there doesn't know what he's doing.
Well, I think the one prior to that, Mike Hamilton, really was.
Oh, he's already. That's right. He's the one.
He was the
gone.
one. He was the one that.
Excuse me, new guy.
Yeah, the new guy's only been on the job maybe a year.
Ah, well, we'll give him. We'll give him 4 years.
Yeah, right.
We'll do better by
right.
him. Tullahoma Wildcats playing this weekend, the final game of the regular season, as are most high schools playing their final game of the regular season. This Friday night, Tullahoma has Lawrence County coming in here, and we've already secured, I believe we secured a playoff game, and we've also secured a first round home field game.
Right.
But we still need to beat Lawrence County.
Yeah.
So last game, it'll be senior night, and so all you folks come down to the football stadium and on your way to the haunted house.
Who would have thought at the beginning of this year that Tullahoma would have had this good a year, good a season? No one really figured that, did they?
It's amazing what good coaching will do.
Absolutely.
And good kids. They're good kids. They're hard-working kids. They play hard. They have no quit in them. But coaching goes a long way.
Yes, it does. Coffee County won again this weekend. They
beat Franklin
County. They've now won 2 in a row. So
big win.
You know, excited. And then you talk about being good kids. They got some good kids too. They've had a rough season early on, but they kind of kept their spirits up, and now it's paying off with a couple of wins the last 2 weeks. So.
Yep, that is true. And what we're going to do right now probably is we're going to get on out of here because we have a full show for you today. We'll take a quick commercial break and we'll be back with the rest of today's Just Plain Living.
Times have changed since Traders Bank first opened our doors in 1889. Back then, online banking meant people were waiting ahead of you. And technology? The word hadn't even been invented yet. Even though banking has transformed over the years, at Traders, one thing has never changed. Friendly smiles, a neighborly hello, and a sincere appreciation for our customers. When a Traders employee says, "You're welcome," you are, and you always will be. Traders Bank, you're welcome. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
These are the children who had no chance. They're known as Brazil's street kids. They wander the streets dying by the thousands from drugs, AIDS, and bullets. Most of them have been abandoned, left to survive on their own. These children needed a place to go. I had to do something. So I brought it up at Rotary. People heard about what we were doing and asked how they could help. Together, we raised funds to give them a home and open the school. They're learning a trade. Now hundreds of kids have a family and a future. They're contributing to the community because Rotary believes in making things better for everyone.
Rotary is making a difference right now. They have hope. Rotary gives people an opportunity to help.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing, or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
All right, folks, did you just see that commercial? That commercial is about tourism in Tennessee, and the guy who's responsible for us having that commercial on the show today is sitting right here with me, and that is Mr. Derek Smith with the Department of Tourism for the state of Tennessee. Derek,
good morning.
Good day, my friend.
Good morning.
Thank you for being with us.
Oh, no, thanks for having us.
Love that bow tie, man.
We appreciate that.
Huh? Jacob Gray. Guy's got it going on, buddy. Nice looking commercial.
Thanks a lot. We're actually showing that commercial within the counties that or states that actually touch Tennessee right now. It's an opportunity for us to get the word out about what's going on in Tennessee and driving people to our website, tnvacation.com.
And what just we've got music, we've got football, we've got beautiful fall leaves turning right now, some of the greatest landscape in this part of the country. What other good things we've got going on in Tennessee right now?
You're right. You hit some of the highlights for us. Tennessee is known for its music. That is one of the things that really drives people to our state. We also have, as you said, scenery. And one of the other top things is people. People really enjoy coming to our state because we are actually a very nice and friendly state. So you hit the three top things. Also food. People love food. So we have festivals, we have music, we have food, we have the scenery, we have all those things combined that really drives people to our state. State parks is another thing that drives people to Tennessee. But some of our anchors that really bring people here are the attractions like Graceland in Memphis. In Middle Tennessee, we have the Country Music Hall of Fame. In East Tennessee, we have the Smoky Mountains. So we have things that really bring people into our state.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I was reading something the other day, something that's happening in Tennessee, and I'm sure you're aware of, a lot of people aren't aware of, that due to tax credits and some things that happen, there's a lot of movie and television production being done in Tennessee now. And I saw something the other day about one of the young ladies who is one of the stars on the new television program Nashville, who is from up north, New York, that area up there, and she was absolutely knocked out by how friendly everybody in the state is, and how people have come up to her and wished her good luck. And people in Tennessee, I'm glad you said that, because we are sort of endearing kind of people. We welcome folks in.
People come here.
Do a very good job of that.
People come here as tourists, and a lot of them actually return here and stay. That is one of the biggest I think attributes for our state. Even retirees are coming here. We are the #1 state for retirees right now. That was just announced at the Governor's Conference on Economic and Community Development just last week. So people are really, really interested in coming to Tennessee. I think the television show on ABC that comes on Wednesday nights, Nashville, is one of the premier opportunities for the state and the city of Nashville to promote itself. There's some great scenes of the city. I think yes. The locals are very excited about that. We are looking at an opportunity now to do some things with the show to really get the word out about our state as well.
Yeah, and also again the movie aspects of how, I know part of the George Strait movie, the new George Strait movie, was shot here because of the state giving tax credits and giving credits for these people. And I had a friend who was working in Hollywood that said there's none of the working people are out there anymore. They've all come to states like Tennessee and up north, to states who are actively, oh yeah, the stars still live there and the money's still there. But when these movies and things are produced, they come into states like Tennessee, who is actively seeking those people and helping with their employment while they're here, to try to bring new employment and new industry into the state of Tennessee. Which is a very wonderful thing.
There was a great conversation that was held at the Governor's Conference on Economic and Community Development with one of the producers of the show Nashville, but also some other filmmakers were there as well, and people from the music industry. And one of the things that one of the guys said was, now he is going after the 7th tiered makeup artists, because there's so much going on within our state as far as film production. He can't get the top tier people anymore, so he's reaching out now to the 7th tier people, and that says a great deal.
Oh, sure it does.
It means that people are working, and they're constantly working, and they're also seeking other people to assist them. So if you're an actor, if you're a musician, hey, be on the lookout. So you may be getting that phone call you've been seeking for a while.
Right. Now, Derek, what are some other things that we locally, because our network goes out to about 35,000 households, and we touch 6 counties in lower middle Tennessee, what can we locally be doing to help promote what you guys are trying to accomplish?
You know, one thing, I stress this to some of the presentations I've been making around the 40 counties in Middle Tennessee as of late. that we need to really educate the locals about what there is to do in your community. You do not want someone to pull into a gas station or service station here in Tullahoma and say, what is there to do? And they say, oh, go to Nashville. You want them to stay local.
Right.
We are developed an opportunity now with 16 trails called the Discover Tennessee Trails and Byways Project, where people can actually pick up a brochure and look at the things to do within their area, not just here in Tullahoma, but within this region. And when you look at a region, when you look at regionalism, it gives you an opportunity to hand off to a person the next town or the next destination that they may be interested in. We have a Civil War trail that does the same thing. It's a statewide program. So you can take one of these brochures and browse through it. We actually have a mobile opportunity for you to go on our website with your phone and select where you would like to travel within our state. So I would say the biggest thing is education, and getting people to understand that tourism is economic development.
Yes.
It's a $3 million revenue generator for this county. So you are bringing in money when you have people that come and visit you, leave their money. You don't have to educate their children. You don't have to build roads for them. All you have to do is just be here, and they happily they will give you their money.
That's right. That's right. And that's a great thing. And you are very correct. There are a lot of people within all of our communities who take a lot of the things that we have inside our local communities for granted because they've been there for us our whole life. Mm-hmm. But for that new person driving in from Oklahoma, what we think is an average everyday thing, because we've seen it forever, is something new and unique for them.
Fall foliage is one of those things.
We all need to be salespeople of the events. South Jackson Civic Center, the Fly in Shelbyville, the Tullahoma Fine Arts Center, things that we drive by every day, but to that tourist, that might be an exceptional experience for them to stop there and look at that old house or that old building and find out what goes on there.
Even something as simple as fall foliage. I heard you mention that earlier. The leaves change. If you're in South Dakota, if you're in Florida, you don't get that experience, especially for the length of time that we do here in Tennessee. I would suggest you take a photo of it and send it to email it to your friends, put it on Facebook, utilize social media, and show them how it looks here in this part of the state, and maybe they'll say, hey, you know what, I want to actually go and have that experience. Because that's all a vacation is about, having an experience.
Yeah, and it's different here than it is anywhere else.
I totally agree. You mentioned a couple of attractions locally. You know, even to the north of you have Short Mountain Distillery.
Sure.
The guys there who actually make the moonshine are hilarious. I've been there a few times. The commissioner's even been down to talk with those guys and taking a tour. There's a lot of neat things here, and it's all, again, about the experience.
There you go. Derek Smith, thank you for being with us, my friend. Know that you're welcome back. Whenever you need a little exposure here to our network, you come on back and you'll be welcome.
Well, thank you. I highly appreciate it.
Thank you for your hard work.
Thank you.
Folks, we'll be right back after these messages.
I'm Judd Matheny, approving this message as your Tennessee State Representative for the 47th District. When some of you think of me as State Representative, you picture me in a coat and tie at the historic and beautiful state capitol. Nashville's a scenic city. From the Parthenon to the Ryman, it's easy to lose focus. I want you to know that when I serve there, all I can think about is improving your quality of life and protecting your rights here. Nashville's beautiful, but it has nothing on the citizens of the 47th District.
Our office used to look like this, but now with My Paper-Free Office from R.J. Young, it's easy. We've made all of our files electronic and stored them in our virtual filing cabinet, which gave us tons of space. And Bob here, a big promotion. Melissa can pull files in minutes and spends hours on Facebook. And Kyle's confidential files stay confidential.
We're not totally paper-free, right?
My Paper-Free Office from R.J. Young. It's that easy.
Wherever good can overcome, That is where your contributions to the Salvation Army go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're pleased to have joining us on the stage now Jennifer Dameron and Kay Adcock, and they're with the Bedford County Cancer Foundation, and they've got some events coming up. First of all, tell us a little bit about your organization and what you guys do.
We're a member-based organization who helps the cancer patients in Bedford County raise. We raise funds for them to help them through their daily expenses through the cancer ordeal.
Okay, and you know, that's got to be a great thing, I would think, because you know, even if you've got insurance, I would assume that a cancer patient is going to have a lot of
There are so many struggles that they face. Anything that we can do to help them with their daily expenses is what we're looking to do.
How long has your organization been functioning in Bedford County?
3 years.
3 years, okay, so it's relatively new.
And that's the problem that we have. So many people don't know that we're there. We're looking for people to help the organization, but we're also looking for people to help.
Kay mentioned to me before we went on the air that a lot of people didn't know they were there, and I thought, surely they do. I would think everybody does, but I know one of your fundraising deals every year is a horse show, I think.
Correct. We do have a horse show in the spring.
I was familiar with it. Yeah.
Which is so normal in Bedford County that a lot of people don't realize maybe what the horse show is funding. But that is our largest fundraiser.
Okay.
But we also have another fundraiser coming up.
Okay, tell us a little bit about
We're going to do a 5K run November 10th at 6 o'clock right before the Veterans Day Parade in Shelbyville. Anybody interested in running with us can register at active.com. Or they can go to our Bedford Cancer Foundation.
That was what?
Active.com.
Active.com, okay, all right.
Or if they would just like to help with the fundraising, volunteer at the end of the race, before the race, we can use that help also.
Okay.
And that's www.bedfordcancerfoundation.com.
Okay. And cancer is something that unfortunately a lot of people are going to be touched by that, whether you're...
Every family.
Right.
Every family.
Everybody knows somebody or has a family member that's affected by cancer.
Right. So at a time like that, I would think that the kind of work you're doing is extremely important because of that. I mean, one of the worst things I can imagine is you're trying to deal with that disease and having financial issues as well, as far as maybe getting to the doctor or paying bills and that sort of thing.
And that's what we run into. We have an application process that we ask patients to fill out, but we're glad to help them with the paperwork. It's a very simple application, but what we see as simple may be mountains to climb for them. So I personally am glad to help them with filling out an application. It's a 2-page form that's we're asking for proof of residence, we're asking for proof of income, and those kinds of things. And then we take these applications to the board when we meet and vote on that application as on a per needed basis. I will walk a person through it step by step, make copies for them, anything to make this process easier, because we're certainly not trying to make it difficult. We're trying to make it easy for them to get the monies that we have available.
And I would imagine, as in so many organizations of your type, that there's never enough money to do all the things that you'd like to do.
Absolutely, that's true. But we do have funds available that we want to be able to help people, as we said, through their daily lives. We're not there to help them necessarily pay medical bills or hospital bills. We're there to help them. We've done things, everything from mortgage payments, electric bills, cards to help with gas, food, insurance payments, almost anything that is included in your day-to-day life. We're more than glad
You know, that's pretty neat that you help with insurance payments, because the fact of the matter is, if you have the disease and you have insurance, you still got to pay the premiums.
Absolutely. So we look for the biggest need maybe in a person's life at the time, and that's the direction that we try and help them in.
How many people are involved in your organization?
There's 16 on the board.
But we have members who elect to just be members to help us monetarily. And that's basically what we are, is a member-based group. And so we're always looking for members. You can be a yearly member or a lifetime member.
Are there some sort of dues?
There are dues. There's a $200 membership for life, and I believe it's $50 for a year. And those donations, of course, go right back into the funds to help people.
So I would imagine it's an absolute necessity that you guys can have fundraisers to subsidize that.
Right.
How much money does it take to do what you do on a yearly basis?
Well, everything that we do is volunteer as far as the board is concerned, and that we do look for sponsors for the events that we have, such as the horse show and, of course, the run. We've got some great sponsors for the run already, and got those in place. We have given away in the last 3 years probably upwards of $30,000, which is unbelievable. And I think it's probably more than that. I didn't have the figure right in front of me, but it's a matter of we keep that money local, so the money that is raised stays in Bedford County, and it's amazing how much help you can give someone in that area with those kinds of funds.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but if you want to mention some of your sponsors, feel free to
and
do
I
it.
don't have them in front of me for the race. I know that the doctors and the hospital are very much on board with this. Just different local businesses are Calsonic and Heritage Medical Center, and those are some that come to my mind. Of course, those are people who are always willing to help in these kinds of situations, and they're always first and foremost to be there for us.
Okay.
We've got some single individual families donating
Absolutely.
also as sponsors.
Well, let's go back and remind them one more time, because we're almost out of time. The 5K is coming up on November 10th.
November 10th at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Right before the parade.
Oh, okay.
We're going to actually be running the parade route, and so they'll run, and then the parade will follow behind them.
Okay, and you make some sort of donation to be involved in the 5K, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
At active.com, I believe it's a $25 or $35 entry fee. For that, they get a shirt, and it's the typical 5K, but it's going, where the money's going is certainly not typical.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, we encourage you to go to active.com and sign up for that, because it's a great, great program. All the proceeds will be spent in Bedford County. So,
and anyone in need, please feel free to contact us through our website or our phones. 931-580-9518 is my number. I'll be glad to help anyone, with information or with the application process. If you know of someone that we can help, please send them our way.
Okay, all right. Great organization, girls. Wish you the best of luck with that.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be right back in just a moment, folks, with more living right after these messages.
Mark, you've won just about everything there is to win in racing. What's next?
I'd like more people to know about ER Extra.
The emergency room at Harton Regional Medical Center?
I just want them to get the best care they can get.
That just gets me right here, Mark.
Maybe you'd like to pay them a visit.
ER Extra at Harton Regional Medical Center.
ER Extra. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
When you see the sign, The Main Event, take a close look inside at a hair studio that offers services by some of the best master stylists in Middle Tennessee. These stylists offer a list of services that compete with large city salons, from trendy cuts for men, women, and children, to the latest color techniques, including highlights and bold color accents. Other services offered include permanent hair weaving and relaxing to formal hairstyle for that special occasion. You can also give yourself a very special treat with a full makeover, including full body waxing. For your convenience, we are open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until the last client leaves happy. Call and make your appointment at 931-571-8682 or stop by our Tullahoma location at 207 North Jackson Street. Pamper yourself at The Main Event today.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
Hello, I'm Benny Garrick, and this is Coffee County Memories and More. And my co-host, Dave Pennington, over on my far left here. And our honored guest today is the famous Wimpy Carton. Mr. Carton, from starting playing baseball in high school, you made it all the way to AAA.
That's right.
Tell us about when you were down at Sufferdale and you were going to sing.
Down what? I didn't.
Sufferdale.
Sufferdale. Yeah, I went to, on one Sunday, I don't know what day it was, what day of the month it was, went down to sign with them. They wanted me to throw batting practice for them. And I went down and threw batting practice, and when we got through, you know, when you throw that many things, you give out. Yeah. So I started on the bleachers to go to the clubhouse, and the little guy over there said, "Come here." He said, "I'm going to talk to you." And I went over to him. He said, "Have you signed with them?" I said, "No, I come down here to sign with them, but I hadn't yet." He said, "Well, you come go with us to New Orleans. We're going back tonight." And said, we'll give you more than they offered you." He said, "Whatever it was." So I went with them, and when I got to New Orleans, I threw batting practice for them, and Branch Rickey flew down, and he wanted to sign me.
Branch Rickey.
Branch Rickey, that's right.
You in the Pittsburgh Pirates team?
I still belong to them as far as that. Yeah.
And how long did you play?
I played 7 years.
7 years.
Uh-huh.
And how much was the pay back then?
Well, I made $600 a month then.
Yeah.
Of course, I made a little more in AAA, but that's a standard for there where I was at.
But $600 a month in 1951 was pretty good money.
That's a whole lot of money. Sure was.
Yeah, but how many months did you get? It wasn't like you got paid 12 months out of the year.
You could have it fixed, but we got paid 6 months.
$600 for 6 months.
Uh-huh.
And then what was your profession during the off season?
I sold cars.
Well, yeah, but that was a special car you sold.
Yeah, Studebaker.
So
yeah.
Studebaker, right here in Manchester.
Right here.
Okay, tell us about when you were working your way up to AAA, the difference in the divisions.
Like I say, there's not much difference in A and AA, but now there's a lot of difference from B to A. The B is a good league. That when I played in Portsmouth, Virginia, that was they had Portsmouth, Hagerstown, Maryland, and Norfolk and Portsmouth. They just crossed the bay there from each other. And Newport News, and then Texas they have Waco and Corpus Christi, Tyler. There's a whole bunch of them. I played all over Texas.
And now, were they Bs?
Yeah, they'd be.
Okay.
So then when you went to the A division,
yeah, there's Oklahoma City and
they were,
Charleston, South Carolina.
They were better hitters
They're
than
better
B.
hitters, yes, sir. You had to be careful there.
And then you say there wasn't a whole lot of difference between A and AA.
That's right.
But then the next jump to AAA is a lot better.
What you got into there, you had a lot of players in B that'd been in the big leagues and they retired and come back and they got home and they played in that. That's rough in B then. See, they come home playing that.
Play.
That's right.
Well, that's interesting.
Real interesting.
Okay, now, you went on the road a lot. You've already told us that at the lower levels you went by bus, and then when you got to AAA, you flew.
That's right.
Yeah. Where did you stay? Did you stay at nice hotels? Did you eat good?
Yeah, you eat good. So we stayed in motels and things. Didn't have it like you do now, but they was nice.
Did they have air conditioning, the motel?
Yeah, they had air conditioners, yeah. Mm-hmm. Some of them did.
That was something, but a lot of them didn't, huh?
A lot of them didn't. Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you think the difference was traveling when you was traveling in the 50s compared to the ball teams today? There's a whole lot of difference.
Oh, there's no comparison. They go first class now.
All the way.
All the way.
All the time.
Uh-huh.
And they make the big bucks.
They make the big bucks.
Yeah.
We had when I was in North Carolina, we had a bus just like a school bus we went on. Sometimes the players would drive it themselves, But then when I got to Portsmouth, Virginia, and right now they had the Greyhound we went on all the time.
Benny, I think we ought to make a movie about him, don't you? When we're talking about we could start him out as driving the bus, doing the pitching.
Can you catch him?
No, I wouldn't want to catch him now. And that's what I did in Little League. I was the catcher. No way. I bet you a lot of them's hands was pretty hot though, weren't they?
Yeah, the ones most of ours, they'd get a piece of foam put in the low part of that mitt, and that'd help a lot. Sure would.
You sent them home with blisters on their hands though, didn't you?
Yeah, they'd get pretty hot on them.
Can you imagine a pitcher today pitching 18 innings?
No. They won't now. They do a lot of changing. I think sometimes they take them out a little bit quick because they know more about it than we would. If they get tired, they tell them now if they get tired,
Well, and the hitters are so good now. After they've seen that pitcher 3 times, they sort of honed in on him.
That's right.
So the 4th time up to bat, they can hit him.
That first 4 or 5 innings, a good pitcher, he'd go pretty good. But boy, them last ones, they tune in on him.
Well, listen, when you would come home and pitch to the catchers around here, surely could they handle your pitching, or did you have to slow up a little bit for them?
Well, most of the time they'd handle it. You take those pretty. Burrow Crowd caught me some.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Pug Wilson.
Yeah.
And Pug was a good catcher too. Burrow was a good catcher.
Uh-huh.
So we had a good team. You got Fred was down in Tullahoma. Fred Grider was a good catcher. We had good catchers.
So you didn't have to lighten up. You could just pitch hard.
We just turned them loose. Yeah.
All heard the name Carden in this area here. I believe you were some relation to Milner Carden.
Yeah, we cousins.
You're cousins. Mm-hmm. What about LD?
They were brothers. There's 2 of us.
LD's your brother.
Yeah, brother, huh?
Well, also you can tell the story. You're a left-handed pitcher, right?
Left-handed, uh-huh.
And we talked about that you probably threw between 88 and 94 miles an hour.
I'd say close to that.
Well, won't you tell us some baseball stories? You got all kind of interesting stories. Tell us a few stories about baseball.
Well,
your life out on the road or whatever.
Yeah. Well, the biggest thing I remember one night in Norfolk, Virginia, I had a perfect game going for 4 2/3 innings, and had 2 strikes on the batter. So if you get through 5 innings, it'd been a game. Mm-hmm. And we had them 4-0, and here come a storm, and we had to start over again the next day. So I missed out on that.
Missed your perfect game.
Missed my perfect game.
Tell them though about how you used to pick those players off. They'd start out leading off first base pretty good little distance, but after you throwed a few times, they were scared to do that or something.
Yeah, I had a good pick-off, but it took a long time to get it. You had to practice that. You had to balance on one leg when you had that going, you know. But they wouldn't get far off.
They would to start with, though,
Yeah,
wouldn't
they would. Yeah, they wasn't thinking about it. They'd watch you ahead. That's what you had to get them with.
The left-handed pitcher has an advantage.
As they do. Sure do.
You said they stayed glued to that base after you picked them off.
Yeah, they wouldn't come off that end.
You can even tell us about some when you was pitching here. You know, I think a lot of people wanted to get you when you'd come off on the off season, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they'd be waiting on me when I come back to pitch for them. I pitched some for Biola up here. They had a pretty good team at that time. But anyhow, Manchester, Tullahoma, and Pelham, we'd go even far as Sherwood, Eloy, Alabama to play. That was in that league, Mountain Valley League.
Sherwood had some pretty good ball players.
Sherwood had a good ball team, yes, sir.
But the Tullahoma Braves in the Mountain Valley League, you played for them.
Yeah. We had a good team.
You might mention some of the names that were on that team.
Ralph Ivey, Fred Grader, I remember them very well. Fred was the catcher.
Yeah.
I believe Ralph, he played shortstop.
Milner Carden played on
Yeah,
that
Milner
team.
played third base. And sometime my brother, LD, he played first base. He played with us part of the time.
Now, LD ended up coaching at the high school.
Yeah, he was over there about 35 years at the high school. Football and girls basketball.
Did you play any other sports other than baseball?
Oh, yeah. I played in school. I played football and basketball both. I went to scholarship at Murfreesboro when I signed for baseball. I quit and I never did go back when I come back then.
And I know you folks watching us on TV, you can't tell with us sitting down, but Mr. Carden here is about 6'3". That was a big guy back then.
Yeah, I was the tallest then, but now we're small, isn't it?
What was that team on the mountain that you said that really give you a hard time? You played all night long.
That's Sherwood. We played 18 innings. Had to call it on count of darkness. We tied 1-1.
Had to call it.
Had to call it on count of darkness.
18 innings.
Yeah.
And you pitched all 18?
I pitched all 18 innings,
I bet you, I tell you what, I bet you'd be a holy terror at these fairs, you know, where they throw to knock those bottles off or whatever to win. I bet you're barred from that kind of stuff.
I come back one time playing ball and you know, that ducking machine they had out there, and T. Richardson, you remember T. Richardson? He was up on that thing, and I walked up about the third and I put him under.
Well, how long what age did you quit playing?
I was, let's see, I was about 22 when I signed. I guess it was about around 30, about 30-year-old.
But you went on to play for these local teams.
Oh, yeah, I played for them for several years after that.
Because I know one time I remember Ralph Ivey telling me that the last time he pitched, he was 46 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, a long time till the league just quit. That's all. They had a good league.
Yeah,
sure did.
Was that only on Sunday thing, or
That's
was
Sunday? That's right.
When did y'all practice?
We didn't. We just played every Sunday.
Really?
They all knew how to play ball.
That's right. Yeah.
What about in the major leagues when you was playing? Did y'all practice a lot?
Yeah, it was just about every day.
Every day?
Yeah, especially if you was losing. If you're winning now, you get the day off. But if you lost, got in that losing streak there, you'd be out there practicing about 12 o'clock every day. That hot.
Can you name us some famous players that you played against?
Yes, sir. Earl Weaver. I roomed with him 2 years. He's the one that managed Baltimore, you know,
right.
So long. Jack McKinn won the World Series, Florida Marlins. He caught me 2 years. And Bob Skinner, we broke in together. He's the one that played for Pittsburgh, their leading hitter. And Bill Mazeroski, we broke in together. He's the one hit the home run over Yogi Berra's head and won the World Series.
Won the World Series,
yeah.
Yankees.
Yeah, we broke in together.
Been around you.
I'll tell you one good one in Waco, Texas. One night I come in with the bases loaded. Yeah, I relieved that night, and I struck out the next three and got them out. When I started out, they come on the loudspeaker. This man run the clothing store there. He said, "Come down to my store in the morning and pick you out a new suit." And back in, you know, that was something else. I went down there early the next morning. He just told me to pick out what I wanted.
Have a dog.
That's it.
That a benefit from being a good pitcher, huh?
Yeah. You get a lot of stuff like that when you do good, especially in relief. If you get them out, they would somebody give you something.
Yeah. Well, I know the kids, they was always probably around you wanting to talk to you. And I bet around here, too, when you'd come in, that you had plenty of people wanting to talk to you about baseball.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Okay, we're going to have to sign off, Mr. Carter. Thanks for having us.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate you both.
Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir.
All right, David, we're out of here.
Citizens Tri-County Bank has the checking, loans, savings, and traditional banking services you want. Plus free internet banking and bill pay, Bank Your Change, Visa gift card, and lots more state-of-the-art banking services. We focus on the service and services you want, so you can bank when, where, and how you want, at our offices or from just about anywhere. Citizens Tri-County Bank, the only community bank you'll ever need.
This facility was built literally on the international date line to bring Charter customers tomorrow's technology first. Like Charter Internet, which was just made faster again. With speeds up to 100 megs, you can download a movie in 2 minutes. The #1 internet service provider in the nation. Click.
Fogelman, good luck with the presentation tomorrow.
Already nailed it.
Get Charter Internet Express for only $19.99 a month.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and you know, my time of year is coming up. I know that Halloween's on the way, and I know that Christmas is after that, but Thanksgiving is right in the middle right there. And one of the things, and I really don't know whether it's a Christmas song or a Thanksgiving song, but it's Over the River and Through the Woods to Grandma's House We Go. To me, that's a Thanksgiving song. And I have two people here with me today from Community Playhouse who are going to take us over the river and through the woods. And that is Miss Jackie Conley and Mr. Terry Mayo. And what is the premise of this play that the Community Playhouse is going to do?
It's about a young man who lives in New York, and he gets a promotion and has to move to Seattle. So he breaks it to his grandparents, who
don't take it very well
they
at
don't.
all.
And they come up with all sorts of plans to keep him with them.
So, you're certainly not the young man.
No, definitely not.
Are you a grandparent?
I play Nunzio. I'm one of the grandparents.
Nunzio.
Nunzio.
And I'm his wife, Emma.
You cradle robber, you.
Don't go there, John. Don't go there.
I'm 70-something in the play, so it all makes sense.
Well kept. You're well kept for 70, I guarantee you that. So, Nunzio, tell me a little bit about the Italian.
Italian Catholics we are.
Italian Catholics we are.
Nunzio and Frank are the two granddads who have a camaraderie with their grandson. They don't want him to leave. He was named after Nunzio's son, and Nunzio and Frank are really having a problem with this. Now the grandmas are the ones that come up with all the schemes, trying to keep their grandson in tow.
I set him up with my canasta partner's niece, Caitlin O'Hare, so that he'll fall in love and stay in New York.
In New York?
In New York.
In New York.
And they can still visit us in Hoboken, New Jersey. You have to talk like that if you live in New Jersey, right?
Really, sure. Okay, now where are the parents?
The parents have moved away to escape us, I believe. They live in Fort Lauderdale. Why anybody would want to live in Fort Lauderdale, Lord only knows, but...
Now, Nicky, the grandson, even his sister has moved to San Diego
to escape us.
To escape the grandparents.
We are the loudest people that our grandson has ever met, is what he says in the play.
We're loud, but we're passionate.
Yes. What a nice way of saying that.
Well, I'm enjoying it right here. When is this play going to take place?
We open Friday, November 9th, and we go for 2 weekends.
Friday, November 9th. This is at South Jackson Civic Center?
Correct.
And the time to start that play would be?
I believe they start at 7.
I believe it's at 7 o'clock, John.
It's 7 o'clock.
believe
We
that's-
might check on that because a lot of the stuff there is a little later than that. but-
And if it is later, you just get there early, you get a better seat.
Have a
Right.
better seat. There you go. So this is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And Sunday matinee.
Sunday matinee
Right.
as well,
Two
which is a
weekends.
2 o'clock show.
Correct.
Right.
Yes, sir.
And then the following weekend as well.
Yes,
Correct.
So, how long have you been involved in doing this type of thing in theatrical work?
I auditioned for my first play when I was 35 years old. It's something I wanted to do ever since I was a little girl, and I was always too chicken that I wouldn't get a part. So I finally decided at 35 that no one was going to knock on my door and ask me to be in a play. So I went ahead and auditioned for one. Of
And
course,
what
that
was
was
that
just
play?
last year, but no.
What was that play?
It was called Cole Camp Madonna, and it was up on Monteagle Mountain. And then right after that, I auditioned for Nonsense in Manchester, and I got to work with some really great ladies in that show. And I was off. I'm always in a play now. I think I've been in about 25
Good
plays.
for you. Music as well?
Yes, yes.
Music as
In fact,
well?
probably more musicals than just straight plays, but I love to get to act, so this has really been fun.
Now, what about, were you in one of Jamie Harden's shows? Have you
I'm
been
in the
one?
oldies that
The
he
oldies
does.
show.
Yes.
No, but not you weren't in the country show?
I've been in the South Jackson Ghost Country. I've done that once, but yeah.
But not the one in Manchester.
Mm-mm.
Because I was I guess it was at the oldies show where I saw you.
Yeah,
Were
and
you
I
down
played
on the floor dancing.
Yes, and singing, and I
Singing,
played
yeah.
Patsy Cline at the Art
Yes,
Center.
yes. What about you, Mr. Mayo? How long have you been involved in this kind of endeavor?
I have been working backstage in theater for about 30 years. And stagehand,
Swab
building
the decks,
sets.
paint the walls.
Yes, sir, things like that. Now, I was in True West 2 years ago at a theater in Murfreesboro. That was the first show I had been in close to 30 years. So this is only my second show since I was a young man and couldn't play a granddaddy.
Sure you could.
All it takes is
yeah,
a little spray paint and a wig.
Some glasses and some wrinkles.
There you go. There you go. Well, we certainly do we the public appreciate folks like you with talent who take your time and your energy to be involved in things like this, because it is
Thank you, John.
It is a very integral part of the fabric of our town.
True.
And the culture of a town, I believe, was written. The culture of a town and the culture of the times is a reflection of its art. And what you folks are doing is certainly art.
Thank you.
Thank you very
And,
much.
we appreciate. It takes a lot of time. My son Jacob was in Guys and Dolls, had the lead in Guys and Dolls,
Right.
had one of the leads in Guys and Dolls, and
Did
was
an
also
awesome
in,
job, too.
in the Dreamcoat. And just looking at the time that he invested to do those things brought it back to me a little bit more. How much time is involved for you folks to get in there and learn those lines, and particularly at our age, Terry, they don't stay in there as easily. do they?
You're absolutely correct, John.
And
That's right.
and be able to do the voice and get into that character to where you just, and you're from New Jersey.
Right.
You're from Manchester. I mean, it takes a lot of work and effort and expertise as well. And know that we out here on the outside looking in appreciate your hard work and dedication very much.
Thank you.
Thank
you
you.
very
Because
much.
I know the paycheck is not real big in any of these endeavors. So look for these folks, and that will be. Give us the dates again.
We open November 9th, Friday, November 9th. So 9th, 10th, 11th, and the next weekend too.
Whatever that might be. And don't forget, at South Jackson Civic Center this Friday and Saturday night, the Asylum, Sunny Acres Sanitarium, and Haunted Sanitarium, and Insane Asylum, and you just don't know how crazy a place can be till you go there and see them, because it's pretty insane at that insane asylum. Because that's another one that's involved in it. He's the ringmaster down there. So folks, go see these wonderful things at the Civic Center and hang around, because we're not through. We'll be back with more after these commercial messages.
It is said that the eyes are the windows to the soul, and the Eye Care Center wants to make your eyes the best windows possible. The professionals at the Eye Care Center have been offering comprehensive eye care for over 30 years. From eye examinations to eye surgery, from children to seniors, we have the services you need. We pride ourselves on taking the time to fully understand our patients' wants and needs. Each patient is a unique situation and deserves our full attention and the latest treatment options. So call or stop by one of our 4 convenient locations and start seeing better today.
Hello, this is J.D. Oliver from the Smokehouse on Mount Eagle Mountain. Me and my sisters Nancy and Betsy would like to thank you all for your continued support. This year we're celebrating our 50-year anniversary at the Smokehouse. In conjunction with our 50-year celebration, we are bringing Music on the Mountain every Saturday night, 7 p.m. till 10 p.m., featuring the best of Nashville. We have had some wonderful singers, hit songwriters, and Nashville's rising stars have taken the stage. Come out this Saturday night and every Saturday night through the end of the year. Make it a date night or bring the whole family. Help us celebrate 50 years in the community. Music on the Mountain is free every Saturday night at Jim Oliver Smokehouse.
Hey, this is Sean Mayer. I'd like to invite everybody out to the Smokehouse every Saturday night for great music and awesome food.
Thank you very much, y'all.
Some people think that pressing their on-demand button will cost money or make their house explode or something. Of course, neither of these things is true. On-demand is just a way to access thousands of free movies and TV shows. The code to blow up a house is actually channel up, channel down, 2*, 77.
On demand, thousands of free movies and TV shows on your schedule, and nothing bad.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And as we are approaching Halloween, coming up here in about 10 days, how appropriate is it that we have someone on the set today who is kind of associated with candy, and we're pleased to have with us Willy Wonka that is joining us on the set today, right?
Yeah, I'm here to represent our First Baptist Tullahoma Trunk or Treat. We're actually going to be having that on October 31st from 5 to 7 p.m. And that's going to be at the Living Waters Park that's right outside of the columns of our church building. It's right out there where the fountain is. We'll have cars all around the perimeter, and just a lot of crazy decorations on the cars and the trunks, and handing out candy all throughout the night. Lots of activities too. So.
And I would assume this is one of those events designed to keep the kids safe from Halloween.
It is. Safety is one of our big things, is that we really want to have a safe environment for kids to do trick-or-treating. We know that trick-or-treating goes on in neighborhoods all over, and sometimes there are areas where it's heavily trafficked, and we wanted to provide an area where they can go and they're safe to walk around that perimeter. There's no cars you have to worry about. We actually get the road blocked off so that we can actually make it pretty safe for the families to go out there. Just a lot of things. We know that in today's society it's also a little bit kind of scary to take your kids out there, and you're not knowing exactly who you're going to encounter throughout the process. And so it's a nice environment because everybody knows that they can go out there and get a lot of candy, have a fun activity that they can do, and just have a fun time.
So John was talking, making some joke about trunk or treat early on in this show today.
I heard about that.
This doesn't involve anything like John was talking about.
Oh, no, not at all.
But the cars is where you get the trunk thing going on.
Right, and what happens is that we have our church members, they all start signing up to do a trunk, and so we've got many different individuals, groups, Sunday school classes that are represented, and they come up with creative design ideas. And what they do is they decide that, we actually have a competition. We try to have people vote on their favorite trunks, so it really kind of ups the level of the creativity for people. And I know we've got some really creative ones this year. I don't want to divulge a whole lot of that information because, some of those guys, they're very secretive about it. They're actually, there's our youth ministry is actually competing on two fronts. They're actually competing for our prize that we do as a full church, but they're also competing for a youth ministry trophy that's a giant trophy. And so they're always our most creative ones in terms of just thinking of something that's going to catch the eye and the kids are going to enjoy, and it's a lot of fun.
How many cars do you have involved in this?
It's generally around 20 or so, about however many we can fit around that perimeter of the Living Waters Park.
Yeah, okay.
So, and inside the park, there's actually other things going on. Like, for example, we have a cupcake walk that goes on. That's a big hit every year. Everybody's always lined up in the cupcake walk. And then there's also, this year, we've added a few different things. We've, of course, got some inflatables. We've got an inflatable spaceship that we're going to have out there, some other things that we've rented. But there's one thing that we're going to do this year that if your viewers have ever gone to Granddaddy's Farm, we've rented some equipment to do one of the little bounce pony horse races that the little kids can run and do a little race with. So that's going to be really exciting. I think that the kids are going to enjoy that a lot this year.
I'm always amazed at the things you guys do at First Baptist Church up there. It's got to take a lot of people to put all this stuff together.
It takes a lot of people, but they love to do it, and they love to help us and support us with that. And our, the families really benefit from that because they really do have a great time. And so we do encourage our families to be a part of that. Another thing is that we do have some other things that we're, as far as reaching out to our community, we have something that we want to offer the community, and that is that we've got some door prizes this year. And this year we've changed a little bit. In the past we've just done Walmart gift cards of varying amounts and things like that. This year we've got 5 different restaurant gift cards that we're going to be giving out. But our big prize is going to be an iPod Touch, which is a pretty nice high dollar
yes,
prize.
it is, yeah.
And so we're really excited about that. We think that a lot of people will sign up, and we'll get to kind of check on those people and find out a little bit more about them and how our church can serve their needs.
You mentioned through your conversation here, I gather that this is open to the public, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's free. There's no charge. We have, we'll have apple cider being offered throughout the night for free. Cookies are out there. There's going to be a group of ours that's going to have water bottles to distribute throughout the night. We won't have a meal, but we will have those little snacks and things and goodies that they can have, as well as the candy. Of course, lots and lots of candy.
Are you allowed to say how many members you have in that church, or how many people?
It's somewhere in the 400 to 500 range. It's about that many, but
yeah,
it kind of varies from week to week.
Yeah. Again, it's just phenomenal to me because I know the deal that you guys put on at Christmas is huge. There's must be over 100 people that are involved in that.
It's a large program, and it's a very exciting event, and that will be coming up December 21st, 22nd, 23rd. That's our night in Bethlehem is what we call it. It's a living nativity and a lot of other things that are going on with that.
Right. So. But I have to say, you guys act like you have fun doing this.
We do, and we always try to make it fun. That's the thing, is that it's exciting to us whenever we get to have fun with it. So.
I got to ask you, how long did it take you to come up with this outfit?
Well, the funny thing was the previous guests were representing the play that they're doing, and actually I got this costume from their costume warehouse.
Oh, okay. Okay. Because I thought, as I'm sitting here looking at this, I keep thinking, where did he find this stuff?
Right.
Okay. Trunk or Treat coming up at First Baptist Church. Again, tell us the date and time.
It's October 31st from 5 to 7 at Living Waters Park at First Baptist.
All right. Okay. Sounds like a lot of fun. I may even come check that out myself.
That'll be great. We'd love to have you.
Sounds like fun. Thank you so much for coming by today. I appreciate it very much. Don't miss it, folks. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be right back in just a moment, right after these messages.
Being a representative, at least for me, is about building relationships. I consider each person that I meet in Nashville as an opportunity to make life better for the citizens of this district. 10 years ago, I was a freshman representative. Today, I'm Speaker Pro Tem of the Tennessee House of Representatives. That's a decade of connections that have brought jobs and prosperity to this district. Who you know is vital. Who you represent, that's what it's all about. I'm Judd Matheny, and I approve this message.
Over 1,000 tornadoes are reported each year. Would you know what to do if one was in your area? Hi, I'm Sarah Evans with a reminder from the American Red Cross to help yourself and your family be prepared before disaster strikes. Pick a safe place in your home where family members can gather during a tornado. Assemble a disaster supplies kit and conduct periodic tornado drills to practice. To learn more, contact your local American Red Cross chapter or visit www.redcross.org today. Thank you.
Waiting around for things other people get right away just doesn't make much sense. Get high-speed Charter internet and enjoy downloads way faster than DSL.
All right, you caught me moving the table here. You know, that's one thing great about having a coffee table. You get to move it from time to time whenever you want to, and I'm doing it right then. What we're getting ready to do right now is something that I think is really, really important and a special deal for some of you folks out there. And my guest right now is Ray Ann C., and she is with the Legal Aid Society here in Tullahoma, and this is this lovely lady sitting right here. And you be nice to her because she is new to Tullahoma. She has moved here from Columbia.
Yes.
Transferred to this office, and you've been in town 3 weeks?
That's right.
3 weeks. So when you see this lovely smiling face out in town, you shake her hand and welcome her to the village because she is here to help us, and you have a special event that's happening this weekend.
We do. In honor of National Celebrate Pro Bono Initiative, the Tullahoma Legal Aid Office is hosting a free walk-in legal advice clinic this Saturday. It's from 9 to 12, October 27th, at the Tullahoma Legal Aid Office.
Now, say that again, Celebrating Pro Bono.
It's the Celebrate Pro Bono Initiative, a national initiative, and just to help support that, we are having this walk-in clinic where low-income people with common civil legal problems can come in and talk to an attorney. We've got legal aid staff that'll be available, and also some volunteer private attorneys from the area who'll be helping us out.
Okay, and for those of you who don't know where that is, that's downtown Tullahoma, and it's on the corner right down from Daddy Billy's and Couches and across from the old post office, which is now the resource center for the First Christian Church, and it's right on that corner right there.
It's Grundy and Northwest Atlantic. That corner, it's 123 Northwest Atlantic Street.
And so in this, and again, this is free for you folks out there who have some legal issues, and I'm sure this is not for way complicated stuff. This is normal day-to-day things that people have questions about that they just don't understand and need help with.
That's right. If they are having trouble getting unemployment benefits or have a family law problem, maybe want to talk about whether or not they need a will, or you know, maybe having trouble with their mortgage foreclosure problem or a landlord-tenant problem. There's lots of different civil legal needs that we can help with. Our firm actually does this kind of work year-round for free for low-income people. And last year we helped with over 8,000 cases. We have 8 offices across 48, serving 48 counties. Our Tullahoma office.
Really? That's wonderful.
The Tullahoma office is one of those 8 offices, and we serve 7 of our counties. Coffee and Bedford and Warren, Lincoln, Grundy.
We go to all those places on this right there on that television screen. You're going to be talking to all of them. You're talking to them right now.
Great. Well, I encourage anyone who thinks they might benefit from talking to a lawyer on Saturday to call our office and register ahead of time if they can. The number is 931-455-7000. And also, we can offer some help through our website, which is las.org.
las.org. And that phone number again is 455-7000.
Yes.
And or if you need a toll-free number, I would assume that's 866 898-0171.
That's correct.
So that's the Legal Aid Society of Middle Tennessee and the Cumberlands offering you free, as in F-R-E-E, free legal advice this Saturday, downtown Tullahoma, and this lovely smile on this lovely young lady will be there to help you. And she's moved into the area, and we're just so glad to have you here.
Thank you so much.
And we hope you have just a whole office full of people this Saturday.
I do too. And along those lines, if there are any of the private attorneys in the area who have not yet signed up to help out, we'd love for you to join us on Saturday to help the folks who need help.
There you go.
So,
Rayanne or Rianne?
Rayanne.
Rayanne.
Yes.
Rayanne C. A new friend for me. Thank you, dear.
Thank you, John.
Appreciate you coming to be with us.
Appreciate you having me.
If you need help, they'll fix you up this Saturday. We'll be right back after these messages. Here.
Serving you as a local firefighter.
Proudly served our country in the United States Air Force.
Serving Tullahoma.
Helping our kids.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. Your comfort is our service. We'd like to thank Tullahoma for the privilege of serving your heating and cooling needs.
How can toys like these lead to a 6-year-old's death and leave another child permanently brain damaged? Because they're not toys at all. A safety message from your local fire department and this station.
Oh, there's my cat. Should I put her away?
Lighten it up a little bit.
How's this? Great.
Good. There we go.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Cove Lake, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Martin Weekly, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, Rugby in the Big South Fork, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
We're back here on Living. Marilyn Ewing. It's always great to have guests from Shelbyville and Bedford County because normally that means something great is happening. We are very fortunate to have with us Director of Bedford County's United Way, the wonderful, the one and only Dawn Hawley. Yes.
Thank you, Marilyn. It's good to be here.
It's good for you to be back because it wasn't too awfully long ago. You were here with us promoting another event.
I think the last time I was here was in the end of May or the first part of June, and we were doing the Fired Up and Fit.
Oh boy, we were fired up too.
We were doing an adventure 5K, and that was exciting.
Exactly, exactly. Everything you guys touch seems to turn to gold. I have to say that. And this weekend is not going to be an exception because you've got 2 great events on one day.
We do. We have 2 events. The first event is the United Way Spectacular 5K, 10K, and we have had that for 5 years. So that was our first venture into 5K events, and so this is the 5th year for that. And obviously, we want people to dress up and have fun with it.
Absolutely.
But you know, I mean, we started it out obviously as a fundraiser, but kind of that back reason to have it was we also promoted it as a health initiative. We want people to get up and get moving and get away from that iPhone and that iPad and the computer just for a little while and get get moving and have a healthy community.
Sure, I think we can do that for a couple of hours or so.
I think
Sure.
so. And, you know, the funny thing is that once you get into it, it kind of becomes addictive.
Yeah.
You really want to feel better. It makes you feel better, and
Yes.
you kind of want to continue that. You know, just that 30-minute walk
Sure.
or that 30-minute
Oh, yeah.
run.
Motivation.
Motivation.
Yeah.
Motivates you to get out and have fun.
Absolutely. Now, we're going to start registration for this 5K, 10K around 7:30 till about 8:30.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We have registration from 7:30 to 8:15.
Okay.
Again, this Saturday,
Yes.
October the 27th, and then the race will start at 8:30.
Okay.
So again, we have a 5K or a 10K. You can register for either one, and the fees are just a little bit different. There's a $5 difference in the registration fee.
Absolutely. Now, this is going to begin at the Celebration Grounds.
The Celebration
in Shelbyville.
Grounds is where we will start, and there's ample parking.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can park there, and then that's where we'll start there, and that's where we will end as well. So
absolutely.
no transporting back and forth. You'll just park and stay till it's over.
Absolutely.
So.
Now, getting registered for this, they can do this online, actually. Active.com, I do believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can pull our registration form off of the United Way website, which is www.unitedwaybedford.org. But you can also register on active.com up until tomorrow night at 11:59, I believe. So if you want to use that credit card or debit card or whatever and just go ahead and get registered, we accept registrations that way. And there is a link on the United Way website that goes directly to our active event.
Absolutely.
Or again, you can just go to active.com and search it that way.
Absolutely. And you can also download a brochure of what's going to take place.
You can absolutely download that brochure and go ahead and get it completed. And when you walk up, then you can go ahead and give us that with your registration fee, and we're good to go.
Absolutely. It makes it a lot easier.
It does.
It does.
Makes it a lot quicker. So.
Absolutely. I want to stress the fact that we say walk or run.
I tell people walk, run, stroll, crawl, you know, just whatever. We
Whatever
just
pace.
want whatever pace you
feel comfortable
with. We have people that do finish in 30 minutes, and I mean that's running. But we have people that finish in 58, 60 minutes, and that is fine. That is perfectly fine with us. We just want you to go at your own pace, have a good time, and get healthy in the process.
Absolutely. Of course, it would be me to end up at the end of the day. So,
oh no!
You know, it'd just be horrifying.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. You might be amazed, Marilyn. Get out there with some friends, and everybody gets chatting and having a good time. And
that's what it's all
a lot
about.
quicker than I think most people realize they can go.
Sure. Now, you're encouraging individuals to actually dress for the season, the costumes.
I am. It's not required. It's certainly not required. So you just can come in your own sweatpants, you know, whatever. But we have had a multitude of characters come through over 5 years. And 2 years ago, I can remember specifically having KISS band members come through. And there is nothing like KISS band members running down the street.
Makeup, right?
Full makeup. I mean, the platform boots. We had a ball. There were some people that were dressed up as prison inmates, witches, pumpkins, ghosts. I mean, just had a lot of fun with it. And we do have a costume contest. So, you know, there's just a small little benefit of also dressing up and having fun. But mostly we just want people to have fun and enjoy the day.
Absolutely. Now, you've got to switch gears that day because you've got something really big for the kids. It's a fun safety day for children.
It is.
This is marvelous because it's very important, very crucial that kids are ID'd and fingerprinted and that type of thing, and you've got the whole shebang.
We do.
Day.
I mean, we will pretty well finish up probably with the 5K, 10K around 10 or 10:30, but then I'll have another crew that will be setting up and prepping the H for Given Park. That event starts at 10, so that's 10 to 2. And we have been doing this 7 years, and so it is a lot of fun. The kids have a ball. We have bounce houses. Vendors come in and do face painting and various other games. So it's not just a United Way event. It's really a community event where, you know, we want nonprofits, for-profits, civic clubs, churches, anyone who wants to participate. There's not a fee to have a booth. You just need to provide an activity for the children. So that gives the kids more opportunities to play and things to do. But it also gives that business, that nonprofit, an opportunity to say, here's the services we're providing in your community.
Absolutely.
And so it's just a fun day all around with an obvious focus of safety.
Sure, absolutely. And of course, you've got fire, police, ambulance, all of these people are going to come together on Saturday, and that's going to make it even bigger and more exciting for the kids.
Kids
too.
love it.
They love that.
They love talking to the firefighters. Typically, the firefighters have the little plastic hats and you know, just fun things. They love climbing on the EMS vehicle. If the weather is good, we'll have, you know, Life Flight flies in, and the kids love seeing Life Flight flying in, and obviously looking at the helicopter and that kind of thing. But we do have public safety there. Public safety will be there to assist with the fingerprinting as well. Or, you know, if parents don't want to do it there, they can take it home. That's the good thing about the kit. You do not have to have emergency personnel there to assist you. You can actually do it at home. And so, yeah, DNA sample, it's unusual. It's unlike any other ID kit that I've ever seen. You have all 10 fingerprints, a little envelope for a DNA sample, dental records that you can list the dental records in, information for parents on how to keep your kids safe, and also information, unfortunately, of what to do if your child goes missing. But again, all one little compact ID kit to kind of hold everything.
Absolutely. Jostens Incorporated will be providing some concessions, I understand.
They will. Jostens is very supportive of United Way, and we're blessed to have them in our community. They actually provided the grant for that, the child ID kits 7 years ago, but they are also providing concessions. So kind of come with an empty stomach and support Jostens, because the dollars that they raise with concessions, they give back to United Way as one of their special events. So the dollars that they're raising with concessions goes to United Way to assist with those education, income, and health initiatives that we're really focused on in Bedford County.
It's very important that you do all of the fundraisers that you do throughout the year, because there are so many entities that an individual just may not know exactly who you're funding.
There are. I mean, we have 20 organizations that receive United Way of Bedford County dollars. And what I tell people is really be familiar with your local United Way. Our United Way is going to raise funds for Bedford County, and it's going to stay in Bedford County. So people are going to recognize agencies like Child Development Center, Senior Citizen Center, Caregiver Relief, Center for Adult Education. So those agencies, United Way has really focused those, our focus on education, income, and health initiatives, and all of those agencies fall within those 3 building blocks.
Absolutely, and I think you're just doing a marvelous job. Everything that you do just seems to turn to gold, because
you know, we have a very supportive board, very great, hardworking committee members, and so I can't do it by myself, but we have good support in our community with the board members and committee members. So
Absolutely.
I'm blessed.
Absolutely. You've been in this position for several years now.
I have 7 years.
7 years. Wow.
It's nuts.
And you seem just as excited today as you did back then.
You know, I tell people this is the best job. I get to work with the best people throughout the community, from partner agencies to businesses that support United Way to just the individuals that support United Way. I have the best job ever. So yes, it's wonderful.
Yes, absolutely. Again, the 5K, 10K run walk is coming up this Saturday. Get registered now. If you don't get registered prior to the day of, active.com, you can certainly register on race day or walk day.
Up to 8:15. So I mean, right before race time, you can register.
That's right. That's on the beautiful celebration grounds there in Shelbyville, Tennessee. And of course, stick around. Go get the kids if you don't have them already with you, because from 10 until 2, it's the big fun safety day for the children. So we salute that day. I know the weather is going to be perfect. So
we're crossing our fingers and we're praying hard, but go to the United Way website and pull down some of those links and that information, and we hope to see you there. We're also on Facebook, so we're constantly posting pictures and our activities. So go on and like us and keep up to date on the activities that we have going on.
931-684-6685.
That is correct.
Alrighty, that's Dawn Hawley. She is Executive Director for United Way of Bedford County. We salute her and all of the wonderful work that she does, as well as the wonderful board and other individuals that make it all happen from time to time. So please continue to come back and talk with us on other activities and such. Alrighty, that's another segment, and we'll return with more right after this. Stay with us.
Hold on. You've got to hear this. I know. How'd I get so lucky?
Every call can be great when you're saving 35% or more. Join the millions who are already saving with Charter Phone.
Smoking tobacco accounts for 3 of every 10 fire deaths in the United States.
Tullahoma Fire Department needs you en route to a structure fire, 202 Main Street. Heavy smoke showing. Neighbors advise child trapped inside.
Lighters, matches, and associated smoking paraphernalia are the leading cause of preschooler fire deaths. We as firefighters know that most structure fires can be prevented.
Slow down! I've got one! I've got one!
Command, this is primary search. We have a victim. Need EMS to meet us at the front door.
Please help us to give you a fighting chance. This can be prevented. Contact the Tullahoma Fire Department for a free home safety inspection.
All right, John. We've about slid in here and made it one more time.
I told you this one was going to be full.
I like it when it's that way.
It was full, and I tell you what, great information out there. The Legal Aid Society, all the plays, the different things going on around here. It's phenomenal, the kind of things that happen in our area.
It is.
And very, very glad to meet Derek Smith.
From Tennessee Department of Tourism.
Department of Tourism. What a fine young man he is, and I think he's going to hang around with us a little bit today.
Yeah, I think he is too.
You know, and so
it'll certainly be good. It'll build our character up a little bit.
Yeah, it's funny. See, Peggy's gone, and she's the one that usually gives us a little bit more credibility. Now we've got a guy with the State Department of Tourism.
That's right.
Hanging with us.
That's right.
That's a good deal.
Yes, it is.
Tullahoma Wildcat football Friday night in the stands here at Tullahoma, playing Lawrence County. Well, I really don't know whether win or loss could change that. It probably could. It probably could change.
No, I think we're locked in.
Locked in on everything.
I think we're locked in. We're getting a home game.
But we still want to win that ball game.
Oh, absolutely, because you don't move. Well, no, this is the last regular season.
Last regular season game, but I mean, you want to win that ball game.
Yes, you do.
You want to win that ball game.
And probably got a good chance to win that game. Lawrence County's 4-5, but you never know. They've always been tough and a tough opponent.
Oh yeah, they're tough because they've won the past 2 or 3 games they played. So they're coming on. Right before we leave, I want to ask you one question.
All right.
What do you think? How bad do you think it will upset the apple cart if Mississippi State beats Alabama this weekend?
Oh my goodness, that'd be a.
They're both 6-0.
They're both 6-0. So.
Both SEC 6-0.
Or 7-0.
7-0, whatever they are. They're both unbeaten.
Yeah.
Would that not flip the switch?
It would.
I'm not saying it would happen. I just posed the question.
It could. Although I haven't seen Alabama play, they're awful tough.
Sort of semi-pro.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Looks like we're out of time.
Yeah, we're out of time, and we appreciate you being with us today. Thank you for watching, and as we always say, when you go into the sponsors' locations, tell them thank you, because if it wasn't for them, we couldn't be here. And maybe buy something. It's time to go.
That'd be good.